defend my house in Agege. It doesn't make sense. Lagos, our Lagos is a state that others look up to, and we must not denigrate Lagos. We must not pull it down. It's not like any other state. If you want to do something, and somebody who claims to be a historian of the assembly, in his erroneous put-up or write-up, said Obasa had been involved in so many removal and all this and all that. Fine.
Mudashiru Obasa, the now impeached Lagos State House of Assembly Speaker after his arrival from the United States, he used this opportunity to decry his impeachment, that he didn't follow the process. In fact, he maintained that he's still the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. This is not the main story though. The main story is that many genuinely expected the Efcc to pick him up at the airport, that he wouldn't have made it to this press conference, not to talk of claiming that he's still the Speaker. What happened? Why didn't they do it? Even without impeachment, they would have arrested him if they wanted. No speaker enjoys immunity in Nigeria, only governors and presidents. So why didn't they do it? And based on the massive corruption allegation against Mudashiru Obasa, the 40-something billion naira he's alleged to have stolen or misappropriated, why didn't they just do it? The Lagos State House of Assembly members relied on the report and the investigation conducted by People's Gazette. They cited this report on the House floor to justify his impeachment. So EFCC officials already have the weapon they need in order to arrest Obasa and charge him to court. So why didn't they do it? In the early days of the EFCC, they went very hard against politically exposed persons. The former governor of Bayelsa State, Depriye Alamesia, is a huge example. They influenced the House to impeach him. The House didn't actually form a quorum. About 6 or 7 members impeached the governor so as to remove his immunity in order for EFCC to be able to arrest him. Also, EFCC have investigated Obasa in the past. A few years ago, they investigated him, but they didn't end up in an arrest or charge to court. So what happened this time around? It's very surprising. All the weapons they need were given to them on a platter. Investigation was conducted by People's Gazette. The House relied on the report to impeach him. So it's not as if the Lagos state government is on his side, preventing them from doing their job. But they still failed woefully. What happened here? This is a massive opportunity they lost. They should have capitalized on everything and say, 40-something billion hanging on this man's head. Let's capitalize and charge him to court. Let's do our job. But they failed. Now it has been revealed why they failed. Someone at the top stopped them from arresting Obasa. According to the same People's Gazette, they said their sources at the presidency said that Tinubu told them to hold off, that they still need Obasa in Agege, Alimosho and other areas where he enjoys wide support in the APC. This is because she doesn't want to ruffle feathers in the area. He's still useful to them. He will work for them in 2027 presidential election. Maybe after the election, they can now dump him and unleash the EFCC on him. Who knows? There's no doubt that Alimosho is a strong base of the APC in Lagos State. But they lost the most populous local government area in 2023 presidential election. Yes, P2B and Labour Party won the area. So maybe they're still losing sleep because of that. They don't want it to happen again. They don't want to scatter their base. As far as Lagos State election is concerned, it is their base. But going by how people in Alimosho voted in 2023 presidential election, you can see that many people are aware that APC cannot be trusted to manage affairs at the federal level. At the local level, they are enjoying themselves, they are ingrained in APC, they are the grassroots. Now you can see why the fight against corruption in Nigeria is a charade. Because of politics, rule of law, the fight against corruption, recovery of billions allegedly stolen by someone, all these can wait until someone achieves its political ambition. How can the country make progress? This explains why the EFCC cannot bring Ganduje to trial, because his allies at the very top, or maybe the very top man, is protecting him. They can't arrest him without taking orders from the presidency. And surprisingly, the same Ganduje used to be an advocate of the death penalty for corruption. It's unbelievable. Let's hear him.
Allow offenses of corruption and financial crime to be bailable. This situation does not help the fight against corruption, Mr. Chairman. If a suspect standing trial for the offense of corruption is sure of his or her freedom or liberty when arraigned before a court of law, the fear of committing corruption is diminished. Moreover, an accused person standing trial for corrupt offense with his liberty and freedom can adopt every available means to frustrate prosecution of the case. In this respect, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the offense of corruption and financial crime should be made non-bailable in our courts. The fear of remaining in prison custody during the period of trial in court can serve as deterrent to people that intend to commit offense of corruption. Also, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that high-level embezzlement of public funds and in financial institutions should attract death penalty, as obtained in countries like the People's Republic of China.
How times change. A former advocate of the Chinese model. In China, public officials can be executed for being involved in bribery and corruption to the tune of above $100,000. From advocating for this in the early 2000s to now being involved in massive corruption himself, and because his allies are in power, he can't be touched by Efcc or other agencies, Nigerians can smell the hypocrisy and double standards from miles away. How can we advance as a nation? Imagine investigation concluded and handed to them on a platter by People's Gazette. Just act on it, take the matter to court, and you have done your job. These are the same security agencies that arrest people and charge them to court, ask courts to remand people for up to 60 days pending investigation. They have not done any investigation. They want the court to remand the person while they conduct that investigation so that the person will not interfere. In this case, the investigation has been done, House acted on it, they don't want to arrest the person just because someone at the top or one madam at the top said no, he's our boy, we need him for the 2027 presidential election. Nigerians are not angry enough against politicians in Nigeria. Yes, we should be, just like the outcry that has followed the announcement by Donald Trump freezing millions of dollars in foreign aid. It has affected many African countries, especially Nigeria, although a court in the US overturned the executive order, but definitely they will appeal it even if up to the Supreme Court in the US. So we should hold our people, our politicians, our leaders responsible for all this. We cannot continue to rely on foreigners for health care. These are basics that other people in other countries enjoy, in most cases free. Once you pay tax, everything is covered. Not advocating that it should be free in Nigeria, but at least let it be available. Let there be ambulances. Let there be equipment in hospitals in Nigeria so that when people are rushed there in emergency units, they will get the treatment they need. Lives will be saved. These are the responsibilities of the government. But because we don't hold them to account, we are too alarmed and shocked that a foreign government cut off aid that affects our lives. It's not supposed to be so. After all, the same government that cut this aid, when they came to power just a few days ago, they didn't start by massive renovations in the different residences of the president and the vice president, like it happened in Nigeria. They spent 21 billion naira completing and renovating the VP's mansion in Abuja. Do you know how far this amount of money can go in solving healthcare challenges in Nigeria? How about people going to another country, maybe a summit? They came there to beg for loans and grants, but they arrived at this conference with new shiny presidential jet bought above $150 million, not to talk of all the other expenditure, escrows, and the retinue of aides that came there. The expenditure alone runs into thousands, if not a few millions of dollars. The people they came to beg for this aid, they came to that summit on commercial airlines, even flying economy. Because of what? In their home countries, they don't tolerate wasteful spending. These are taxes being paid by citizens and you waste it on a new private jet or first class. They don't do that. The people that have money know how to spend it. They don't waste it. But the people that are begging for aid, always know how to waste. You keep wasting away your generation and your future, and you are alarmed that a foreigner stopped the donation that has been running for many years. Until we stand up and demand for our rights and hold politicians to account, Nigeria will never develop. Thanks for watching.